I've decided that I'm gonna quit my day job and just become a soothsayer.
Ah, not much need for sayings of sooths at the moment, but
No, but I figure, just judging by the name, it must be pretty easy. I figure you're just going around saying sooth, 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 and
yeah, you're fine at it, but I don't think Jonathan Ross would be able to do it.
That's some kind of bigoted. I'm not sure
Was
which.
Was that lispist?
Why call it lisp when it is the one word they can't say properly?
Well, speech impediment isn't much better, is it?
Yeah.
That's a very long word.
That's a very long word, and I can't say it.
Are you making fun of my speech impediment?
My only speech impediment is I can't say the word speech impediment.
It's a terrible malady that you have. The inability to say speech impediment.
Not to be confused with my terrible melody, because I cannot sing in tune.
Not to be confused with that ridiculous bird that swims around that pond. It's a terrible mallard.
Not to be confused with the dog off EastEnders, which was terrible Wellard.
Yeah, fair. Anyway, let's get onto a topic, shall we?
Let's get the fuck off your rampant whinging. For once, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Let's get onto your rampant whinging.
Oh God, I hate my life and everything in it.
I meant more about things that you've recently been watching.
Oh, right. Oh,
you're
about the... Oh, no, you're not... Oh, never mind. Well, let's put that back in the box. Hide that bit of hefty away, and we'll come back to that later.
Sounds like you need a specialist for that kind of thing.
Indeed. So, we are here with SummerSlam Part 2.
Slam de Summer, as the French don't call it.
This is part 2 of SummerSlam. In part 1, you heard myself, Hefty Le Clefty, et Très Jolie, ne Jolly the Bear, and we ruminated on the kickoff show and the first few matches.
Jolly the Bear one.
What myself, again Hefty, bonsoir. Bienvenue. What myself and Olaf Bathtime will now endeavour to do is present the second half. I also recommended that you watch NXT TakeOver. I thought it was really good. Your brief take on NXT TakeOver, was that the first one that you'd watched?
It was the first NXT TakeOver I'd seen, yeah. This TakeOver happened before SummerSlam, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
It was like the day before, I think.
Yeah.
I thought TakeOver was better than SummerSlam.
I thought that's kind of the general consensus view, really.
It was fucking awesome. It was so good. I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad you liked it. Right. NXT, good.
NXT, good, yeah.
Yeah. SummerSlam, let's plough through this shit and let's do it quickly.
SummerSlam was okay.
Yeah. I have been given grades out of, standard letter grading for matches for me.
Letter gradings are so out.
I know, right? Numbers are so
Numbers are totally in.
Fucking what? GCSEs. Who needs them?
Well, nope. I don't know.
Yeah. The first match that we have, Finn Balor, Demon Mode.
Yes, playing. He's one of only a few who has like this, like two personas that they play.
Yeah, it's kind of the demon persona is one that comes out when it's like, You've pushed me to the limit, so you have. Oh, I'm going to put a lot of paint on. And
paint on my face.
Rough you up. And it's going to be on my chest. And it's going to be on my back. And it's going to be on my back of my head.
It gets everywhere. It's all over his face, his chest, it's in his hair.
It's awful. There might be some in his eyes if he's not careful.
Yeah, the way they grapple, it just goes all over each other's bodies.
It never usually happens, but...
Yeah. That one time, it's just going to happen just that one time.
And Finn was fighting Bray Wyatt.
Indeed. I don't know particularly why. Was there some kind of rivalry, or...?
Bray had just been trying to get in his head. It was a standard Bray Wyatt feud in that it made absolutely no fucking sense.
Ah, right. I wasn't particularly bothered by this fight.
No.
It was kind of interesting to see some of what Finn Balor was doing, because he's obviously a much more agile person, more used to doing aerial work again. So it was interesting to see that compared to Bray Wyatt, who's more of a grounded kind of tank.
Yeah.
So go on. What do you rate the
I gave this after Big Al Finny Balor won with his coup de grace, not the coup de grace. Stop it, Americans! It's coup de grace. I gave it a B overall because it was quite good, comparatively anyway. Yeah.
I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah, it's about a B.
I'd say that's lower than a B.
I don't know. It's 60%. You only need to get 70% for an A.
Oh, you
coming in here with your maths.
Next match. The reunited Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Versus, I think they're called The Bar. They were kind of called Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro, who were the tag team champions.
Spoiler.
Yeah, were. Oh wait a second.
Hold on now.
Wait a dang old seckaroo.
So, do you think they were trying to bring some excitement into this with the Shield? They're back.
Yeah. The actual brief build-up of Ambrose and Rollins getting back together is one of the few stories that people have actually been able to get invested in because they've had, a history.
Yeah.
And they've got something to go along
and there was
with.
They had the really visual way of showing them get back together was that they apparently when they were together in the Shield they had the thing where they do like a 3-way fist bump.
Yeah.
And they kept one of them would offer their. This sounds really weird. One of them would offer the fist to the other.
Yeah.
And he would keep declining it, and then he'd come back the next week and he'd offer the fist to the first guy.
Oh, fist? No. Oh, your fist? No.
I'm sure. And then apparently they resolved their differences and agreed to fist each other on stage.
Mutual bro fistage.
Mutual bro fistage. What I found really funny was at the end of the match when they try to go for the celebratory, it's like a high five. If you pull it off, it looks great. And it can sound amazing, and everybody around you goes, oh, wow. But if one of you just misses and bonks on the other, it's like a classic derp moment.
Yeah.
And they finished the match, and they were celebrating in the ring. I can't remember which way around it was, but one fist was being held out, and the other one just...
Yeah.
Missed
clumsily just flipping about in there like a lad who doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I think we've all been there. We know what it's like to
definitely
be with a lad who doesn't know what he's doing.
It basically reflects on the state of Raw's tag team division that these two can just come in, join together, and they immediately get a title match. Like there is no other kind of good guy tag teams that they've done anything with. So they just hastily cobbled one together and went, go.
Well, for the last couple of pay-per-views, Cesaro and Sheamus have been fighting with the Hardy Boys for it.
Correct.
Are they now on different titles? Are they one Raw, one SmackDown now?
Yeah, but the Hardys are still on Raw. It's just like they've gone just further down the pecking order now.
Ooh.
They've had their little chance.
They've had their moment in the sun.
Yeah.
I was a little bit sad by the outcome of that match.
Oh, really?
I quite like Cesaro and Sheamus.
You like the bar?
Sure, why not?
Do you like their little... Because they don't just have the fist, they put their thumb out to indicate that they are the bar.
Ah, oh yeah, because they set the bar for performance. Ah, I'm with you. Yeah.
They don't just set the bar, they are the bar.
They are the bar.
You see what they're doing. You get it.
I get it. I do. I like how they've been built up over the last probably, 9-10 months or whatever. As first they had a rivalry, then they were forced together in a tag team, and they didn't do well for a long time. But they're both like big and physically strong and capable athletes. So once they started working together, it became a really just a really good team to watch.
Yeah, I'd agree. Cesaro always seems to be really good in a tag team, which is weird, and then he just never gets a chance on his own, which is sad.
It is sad. Yeah.
The ending of the match, I thought was really good, and it was a really good match overall. I would probably put it in the rankings third best match of the night.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember, but Seth Rollins' finisher is that I refer to it as a short arm knee. So he kind of reverse cuddles the guy, swings him out, and then pulls him back in to knee him in the face.
Yeah.
And it just looks shit.
It does not look good.
No. Whereas there's a kind of the main guy, as it were, in New Japan.
Mm-hmm.
He does a similar thing, but with a clothesline, and that's a lot easier for someone to make look big because with a clothesline you can do a flip or whatever.
Do a backflip.
I don't like the knee, but doing the knee into a double arm DDT, good.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, works for me.
Yep.
Works for me. I gave it an A- because I'm also being that guy.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, it was definitely better than the previous match, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I didn't like the outcome, I think it was it was a better match. Probably knock that up to a 7.
Yeah, okay.
7 or 8.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. And then AJ Styles. Versus
Kevo.
Versus our Kevo.
Right,
Kevo. With special guest referee Shane McMahon.
Because they're both whiny little bitches.
Yeah, gotta make him earn that pay.
Gotta earn that money.
Yeah, there was the big build up to this was that basically Kevin Owens had been kind of picking on Shane and stuff, and then he turned around because he was AJ Styles fought Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, and Kevin was just like, well, don't you remember he put your head through a fucking car window? Do you not remember that? And that never really got resolved. I think AJ Styles just like, oh yeah, sorry, so sad.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
So there was, I didn't quite understand what from what I understood about the rivalry between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. It's kind of a mixture of things that one of them would kind of take advantage of the referee being incapacitated during a match. Yeah. So that they could do something dirty and win. Yeah. And then it kind of went back and forth in that kind of vein. So they wanted a special guest referee who
tough and manly.
Was tough and manly and could stand up to any nonsense.
So we're going to get that guy with the grey hair and trainers because he's a tough guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I did like... I don't know if you heard it, but it was kind of audible, even though he only said it in the ring. Kevin Owens, who had a very valid point when Shane McMahon counted to 2, and AJ Styles kicked out, and Kevin Owens says, "You fall off of buildings, and you can't get back
count to
up
3
for a 3 count."
Yeah.
It's like, yep, fair.
Yeah.
I do love Kevin Owens' trash talk in the ring. Is always brilliant. I remember seeing him at a British independent show, and it just the stuff that he says in the ring that you can hear he is brilliant at that.
I say, most entertaining. Yeah.
I like the way that boy speaks in the ring. It's most entertaining.
Very amusing.
Brief interjection though. I wasn't surprised that Mayweather won. Were you?
No, not in the slightest. Like I said in the previous one, it's his match. It's his game. So
bound to happen.
Bound to happen. Really, yeah. I didn't see it myself, but in the third round, apparently they just dropped a bear into the ring. Did you hear? Can you believe that
bear? That was the best fighting bear I've ever seen.
Best fighting bear I've ever seen. Yeah.
God damn. Oh, what a bear. Oof. I wish it was my dad.
I'm just glad that they gave everybody in the first 5 rows ponchos so that they protected their clothing and all that. But yeah, that bear, man, he's got a future.
Never heard an Irishman scream so loud.
Or so long.
Without
legs.
So long.
Anyway,
returning
to the
to the world of fake fighting, not like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which is absolutely on the level and is in no way a fucking wrestling build-up.
Nope.
AJ Styles won, and he kept his US title.
Yeah. I quite liked this match.
Yeah, I agree. I had issues with the crowd all night. But to be fair, by this point they'd probably been there about, at least like around the stadium, about 5 hours.
At least, yeah.
And it was overall, it's just too long. I did like that. Just before he did win it, AJ managed to cover up. He fucked up a what we call the crucifix pin, but then he managed to just change the way he was doing it. Pretty good. I give it a B-, just because I know that they can both do better.
I quite liked it. Again, I think you're right. They could definitely do better, and I think we've seen them fight each other better than this as well. I quite liked the gimmick that they put in with Shane McMahon being the referee, and there was obvious moments where he was positioning himself in the ring in such a way that he was going to be like either in the way of something or he couldn't see something properly. And I was like, oh, he's lining up to be, have somebody thrown into him.
He's really not good at not making it look like he's supposed to be there.
No. What I really liked was that the commentators were saying stuff like, "Oh, McMahon knows how to move around the ring. He knows where to stand because he's been in the ring himself, of course." I'm like, yeah, he knows where to stand because he knows where the next move is coming from and where he has to be. He's an actor hitting his mark, not a referee who's
Telegraph
doing his
McMahon,
job.
Because, god damn it.
He's as tall as
Arms
a telegraph
outstretched. He can't put them down. Oh, counting to 3. It's so hard. I just have to flop on the ground like a dolphin. Oh, 1.
It's a big number.
B-.
B-, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
6 or 7.
Yeah, 6 or 7 again.
Then we moved on to what was for me probably the most disappointing. Well, this is probably the most disappointing, which was what I like to call overachiever versus underachiever, aka Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja, versus the artist.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Careful with that
versus
accent.
The artist, which suddenly came out of nowhere when he moved to SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura. I really hope that this was going to be the match that made Nakamura. Like, he was just going to... Because so far, other than his very first match that he had against Sami Zayn back in NXT, because he's called the King of Strong Style for a reason, he's never really been able to show it other than that first match against Sami Zayn, because that's not how WWE works. They don't want it. They almost don't want it looking like you're actually nearly murdering someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally, for me, all Nakamura has right now is his entrance. That is it.
With the live performance.
And it is a really good entrance, but oh, come on, guys. He's got more there. He's still not. He's not great at speaking English still, but you just make him a silent assassin and just have him knee the
Yeah.
fuck out of everything. Just
Why not?
kill
Why not?
bitches.
Yeah. I was disappointed. I've only seen a couple of
Mm.
matches from Jinder Mahal, and most of them have been in. Yeah, they'll have been pay-per-view ones as well. But it seems like there's nothing new. Like every time he's there, he's fighting. He's impressive, like physically. But then the Singh brothers come in and interfere in some way, and guess what?
It's very much same old shit, and it's fine to cheat to win. That's what a bad guy, a heel, is supposed to do. But do something different each time. It's a little bit samey
come on
now.
A bit of imagination.
There was a point where I really liked Jinder Mahal, and I didn't think he got enough credit, and I just think he's been moved there too quick to. He's basically there to capitalise on them kind of opening up the Indian market.
Opening up the Indian market,
yeah. Ideally, I think it's probably the end of the Nakamura feud by the look of it. It seems like that might peter out. But I hope that either the next feud is really good for him and he does something new, or he loses the belt because it's just getting, maybe a failed experiment.
If he loses the belt and becomes the underdog, rather than being the scorned champion, then I think that would be a good way for him to go. But I don't think they're going to do it that way because they've built up his character to have so much pride and arrogance that he's going to be the champion, always champing for that chance to get back to get the belt back. I think.
Yeah, because he will lose. Oh, he will lose.
No, he will. He'll have to.
The ending of the match. Oh, I mean, you've seen Jinder do his Kalas, his Cobra Clutch into a thropy drop down, and it just looked awful. It was really bad, and I don't know if that was Shinsuke's fault or Jinder's fault, but it was just nasty. Just no. I mean, I thought it looked pretty rubbish on Randy Orton. It's not a good finisher anyway, but oh no, this is very bad.
No.
What I put was this could potentially be the beginning of a feud that then goes on, and maybe goes on till Survivor Series or a Rumble, but it was so exceptionally meh that it could also probably just end it dead in the water, which I feel like it has done.
I think it probably should. It should probably just end
for this one. It was also weirdly short. I didn't like how short it was, and it was very obvious that time had been eaten up elsewhere, such as in the Big Cass and Big Show match. Ugh.
Well, yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. For those of you listening, you'll have heard it on the previous one. You know my opinions. Ugh. This match I gave a C- purely because I feel like Nakamura was trying, I feel like Jinder was trying, but they just never really meshed.
Yeah. It's like watching porn with two disinterested actors. They're like, well, we're here to do a job, but we don't really like it.
But I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
Neither should you.
Nope. Nobody feels good about it. No. And if you watched it, you should feel dirty.
Don't look at yourself in that mirror.
So yeah, there's about. No, it's a bad move. Yeah, I think Nakamura deserves a chance to shine a bit more.
What the hopeful big hype is going to be is that now he's done with that. Maybe I mean it looks like they wanted to do it for WrestleMania, but over in Japan, Nakamura and AJ Styles had an amazing rivalry with brilliant matches.
Yes, that would be
so
great.
I think everyone would really like to see AJ Styles, Nakamura, US title. Just let him go. And, that could be a really good match, and hopefully it will be. And
that would be an excellent match.
The main event of the evening.
The main event.
The Universal Championship.
You
got your Roman Reigns. You got your Samoa Joe. Yeah. You got that
Samoa
big
Joe.
guy. You got that Braun Strowman.
Braun.
And then you have the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good Paul Heyman. Well done.
When I was watching this, I kind of tapped on my iPad and I saw there was about 30 minutes left, including entrances. So I knew that was maybe why the Nakamura match got squashed a bit. Someone obviously overrun. I mean, I don't know if I've said it on ours before, but Braun Strowman's face is too small for his head. It is just a little tiny little pea face.
It is, isn't it? It's like someone's drawn a tiny, tiny face in the middle of a thumb.
Yeah, it's basically Wall Smith in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. He's got a very odd face, but he's
too
got
much meat around those
staring
features.
Eyes.
Like, stretch them out a bit. Get your eyes a bit more spaced out, guy. Come on.
So, did you expect this match to be longer because it was
I figured it would be going a while. I'll be honest, I was surprised with who won, and I was quite happy with who they let be dominant, because Braun just was in fucking beast mode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just held court. Yeah, absolutely.
This was a very good... Because Roman Reigns, I know not a lot of people like him, but he is quite good in the ring. Samoa Joe is probably easily the best of all four of them. He's been doing this years. And then you've got Green Braun, and then you've just got Vince McMahon, who's told Brock Lesnar, look, just lay down for a long time. I'm paying you probably $1 million for this.
Yeah.
Lay down and then win at the end. That's fine.
Because normally Brock Lesnar's matches are pretty short, and this could be, I don't know what because he's got a bad temper, he just wants to get the match over with, or I don't know what it is. Or maybe he's a big guy who moves a lot, and he just didn't have the energy for like 30 or 40 minute battles or whatever. But the moment I knew who was going to win was in the pre-match when they did the build-up with Paul Heyman saying that if Lesnar loses the match, he leaves WWE. And I was like, well
the thing is that he was on about maybe going back to UFC again. So I think that was what they were kind of trying to play with, like, oh, no, maybe he will lose, and this is just an excuse for him to go to UFC. But now he just might go to UFC and be the champion as well, and just be like, yeah, whatever, I can do what I want. Brock Lesnar, for me, does not play well with others.
No, not in the slightest.
There was one spot in this match where Roman Reigns was trying to clothesline Braun out of the ring, and it just clearly wasn't working. And I don't know who called the improvisation, so Braun just got back on his feet and shoved him to the fucking ground. We're just like, no. And then he shoves him to the ground, and then Roman kind of goes over the corner, and then Braun runs at him, hits the turnbuckle through the middle, and then goes on the outside. Again, whoever called that, that's how you improvise in a wrestling match. Well done. I give points for that. He's been doing it a bit, but this just looked extra good, where Braun was just picking up chairs and just fucking throwing them at people's faces.
Yes.
It's like, boom, Samoa Joe, bang, Roman Reigns, bang, take that. That's always good to see. Just a nice old announcer's chair to the face.
Chair to the face. It's good to see every now and then.
And yeah, where I hoped that the match before would have made Nakamura, I think that this match has made Braun Strowman, because it's kind of shown what he's able to do, but it's when he's got three other guys who know what they're doing around him that so we'll see what goes with that.
Yeah, but as you said before, he was also a key part in action with all of them. So he was working with people who know what they're doing, but at the same time he was working with three of them at once and kind of holding sway. And I know a lot of that could just be the other three holding back and being like, oh my god, he's so amazing. But I think you're right. It's definitely good for his career.
For me, this was the best match of the night.
After?
No, this is
match, or?
For me, this is definitely the
number
one.
Of the
night. I did enjoy Usos' New Day, but this is like that classic wrestling feel, just four big burly guys just doing some fucking damage.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice. Much approve. Yep. So destroy. I do always like the way that Brock Lesnar has of getting people up into F5s, where like Randy Orton's got the RKO out of nowhere. Roman Reigns just running towards Brock Lesnar, and he scoops him the fuck up. F5.
Yeah, he's going for the spear. And
Fuck
just
you.
Like, nope.
Fuck you piece of shit. Boom.
Beautiful. I'm amazed. I'm always amazed by how quickly Lesnar will find a way to suplex someone. Somebody's just on the other side of the ring, and suddenly he's behind them.
Yeah.
And throwing them over his shoulders.
He's a
fucking
creepypasta. He's a real life creepypasta, just suddenly appearing behind you. Fucking German.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yep.
Oh my god, what happened? Brock Lesnar happened.
Yeah, I suppose that's why. Brock Lesnar. I suppose that's why he's the mayor of Suplex City.
Boom, straight up. Grade A.
Grade A wrestling.
Taking a macro view of the entire pay-per-view. That's right. I know words like macro.
Yeah.
I would probably give it a B- overall, because the second half of the show did really pick up, and it was for the most part pretty good. First half, pretty drag ass. The pre-show was a bit but overall, I feel B- is probably a fair grade for it.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say so. I reckon about a 7 overall for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pretty enjoyable.
I think ultimately,
moments.
The thing is, it is just too fucking long. But still, B- is a out of 7. It's a good grade, really.
It's a pretty good grade, yeah. There were some moments that could have been skipped, but overall, pretty good.
And with that, we shall bid you a glorious adieu.
Goodbye for now.
Okay. Wait, no, that's wrong. It'd be key.
Okay.
Surely. Oh, qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh. Très. Oh, I'm going to say très mal. What is... Oh. Look, ever since Brexit, I just can't.
I just can't French anymore.
European languages have just deserted me completely.
Yeah. They're beyond the scope of my lexicography. I was just going to say something. I was going to say they're beyond the scope of my tongue, but...
The scope of my tongue is where I want your pussy, baby.
I was going to say there's definitely some other jokes in there.
£160 to have a pair of testicles taken away.
That is more expensive than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Not that I give it much thought.
I wonder how
much would it be to castrate that annoying person in my life?
How much would it be? Ooh.
Do you reckon a vet would do that? Like if you were really annoyed with somebody and you could persuade a vet, you'd be like, you know how to do this.
Yeah.
Can you castrate this person for me?
Just an under the table job. Yeah.
Oh, an under the table job. That's that sounds exciting.